Hello and welcome everyone. Yes, so interplanetary ship construction has begun. Yeah, so I'm neglecting like everything. And you guys are probably like, when are you gonna start on this and this and this? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it down to the least amount of parts as possible. And I also want it to look amazing. So I don't think either one of those statements is gonna even like do me any dignity in what I'm doing right now. So yeah, this is gonna be the front of the ship, basically. It's just gonna be the very front piece, the very welcome sign of, you know, basically this is going to be a massive undertaking. So you know, one thing I really should do, and I haven't done yet, is I should rebuild this thing or build it inside of the VAB, just the ship itself, to see what it's going to actually, you know, come out to be like, because I am just kind of going with the flow, with glide in my stride, like I always do. And some reason it, to me, seems like it's not going to be very logical, but hey, it's Kerbal Space Program. Since when do you need to use the logic in this game? Silencio, dog. Since when do you ever need logic while playing Kerbal Space Program? So let's get this thing lined up better. Oh god. Put this here and Control V. There we go. Goodbye. Yeah, so I'm gonna need some kind of fancy stuff for the front of my ship. I think I'm gonna put an ASAS module at the very front of it, if I even can. That might be the best route as far as keeping this thing stable. I'm gonna put a lot of RCS on it too, and that's for navigation mostly. Why isn't this attaching? Oh, but it can go right there. That's okay. You gotta love this game. What the? What? Yes, I want. Wow. This game is nutty. I tell you, it's just insane. I think maybe it's because it's on 4. Wow. Yeah, that is so awesome. So now we're gonna need a cabin in it of some sort. Oh, I should put the RCS thrusters on right now. I'm gonna put a lot, so you guys are gonna like probably laugh at how many I'm actually gonna attach to this thing. And there's a reason for it. It's just, you know, once you get a really insanely big ship, you know, you're gonna need more control over it, and just having measly 1 RCS thruster I don't think is gonna cut it. So 4 it is. I want to get them grouped up better though. I want everything on the ship to look amazing, so once I actually show you guys like the completed version of it, it's just gonna be like absolutely insane. I really like the front of this thing already. It just looks awesome. So let's see what I can. I'm thinking about packing in RCS mostly, and I want to use these small ones, but I think, yeah, this is gonna have to work. I'm gonna have to go like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put fuel on the outside of it, and then I'm gonna put the docking ports right there. It's gonna be 4 docking ports. I don't know if that's possible, whatever, so we'll figure it out. And my game got interrupted by something that really needed to tell me that I needed to update something, and yeah, it wasn't Adobe though. So, Adobe and its updates. You so silly. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this crew cabin at. I want a traditional style looking cabin too. So like I want it to be kind of on the top somewhere, or on the side, or on the bottom, facing out, you know, like that. You know, something like that would look cool. Or if it was on top, like that. Or if I put it, you know, in the, you know, I put it someplace where it would actually, you can't rotate this. Or all I can do is rotate it. You know, I want it to be someplace where it's not obstructed. You know, like right up on the top here would look awesome. So let's get that on the top there. Now I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but these little struts, a lot of people don't use them. I'm not 100%, but I've found these things to be about the most useful part in the game, next to, like, you know, an engine. They just allow so much to be done, just like so many little things that you wouldn't expect to be able to be possible just by adding in one of these stupid little struts. You know, you just gotta place it. There we go. Now imagine this big thing in space coming at you. You would be scared. I know it. But I don't think the placement of that is very good because, yeah, I think I'm gonna move it up more towards the top here. There we go. I just want to make sure that it clears those RCS thrusters and all that stuff. Or not the RCS thrusters, but the docking ports. I don't want to accidentally hit one or anything like that. Would not be a good thing. The rest of the ship, after I build this, is gonna be a very, very tricky one. But I'm going to figure it out. I know that the placement of the docking ports has to be perfect, or it's not gonna work. So I'm going to put, if I can fit one in there, a straight strut that runs down the middle, and hopefully I can get something in there. And that's what he said. Yes. Now this thing is looking amazing. I could do 5 docking ports too. I would just have to make sure that they're all lined up like absolutely perfectly. You know, as far as them being like perfectly flat. They really need a ruler in this game for when you're building stuff like this. Now in the center here, I think I'm going to put one of these things. Yes. The storage container, because I'm going to store a bunch of Kerbals in here, because a few of my missions to this thing are going to be manned, and I'm just gonna throw as many Kerbals as I can inside here, tell them not to scream, and yeah, tell them to enjoy the ride too. Now I'm gonna have to put some more struts in here. Struts are like, I swear to God, if this game didn't have struts, this game would be worthless. Struts in this game, it's duct tape. That's all it is. Doesn't work, puts more duct tape on it. And yeah, I don't like the placement of that either. Yeah, let's see, just get it straight on. Yeah, that looks good. That's sort of straight, so that's good for me. Now I need some more fuel. This thing is going to be one heavy load. And yes, I say that all the time. Is this... See, I don't know what I can throw in there. Maybe I'll put in a battery pack or two to kind of offset the fact that it's not perfectly lined up. See, the trick is I want a lot of fuel, and I want a lot of I want this thing to be able to go as far as I can, you know, wherever, but I just need to set it up correctly. I hope that everything is straight. That doesn't look like it's sinking down. Here's the best way to test it. Take something here and here, and then attach something. This is the only way I found that you can really see if everything is lined up well. And then you take a strut, the long one, and then you put it as close as you can to the docking port itself, like that, and then you zoom out, and you can see it's not even lined up at all. So maybe take this one out. If it connects back. There we go. Yeah, so that part isn't lined up either. You know, the one thing too is I could always do something different with the middle and set it up a slight bit differently, but I'm not sure on how I'm going to do that. Like I said, I haven't really tested out doing any of this before. I'm probably the biggest noob in the world right now, and I probably have the noobiest looking thing you could possibly ever build on, but this is what I want. This is how I want it to look, and yeah. So I'm going to launch this piece, and I kind of want to do it on camera, but I kind of don't, because it could possibly be catastrophically, insanely messed up watching this whole thing just burn to pieces, if it does. Let's get some struts on this. Yeah, struts are like my best friend in this game, I swear. That should be enough. I might put another one, put some more right here, just to line it up a little bit, get them inside here. Keep it really nice and straight, that way there's no problems. Now the RCS fuel I am not going to put on this episode. I am going to change the name too before I end up saving it and destroying the moon bus, which would not be a good thing. Let's see. Jool Explorer 1. There, that's good enough for me. I'll make it Jool Explorer 12. I don't know, 10. Yeah. Save it, and let's launch. Now, I hope that this thing actually takes off and it gets up into, you know, all I need to do is get it in orbit around Kerbal. That's all I'm concerned about. And the other detail I will take care of later. I'm going to construct this thing a little bit differently than most of the stuff I've ever built. So it's going to be really tricky for me to figure out how to do this and to do it like without any flaws in it whatsoever. Yeah, so, my game just randomly crashed. I got stuck in purgatory. And, it was basically pointing towards the grass on the ground, and it wanted me to, I guess, count every single strand of grass. If you guys notice, I did make a slight change to the rocket. I'm sorry for doing that off camera. All I did was add some awesome headlights and this radio mast on the front, and I put a little topper on top of the can there. I just, to me, not having that kind of thing on top of there, I know I shouldn't be so concerned with aesthetics, but I really like those. So, you know, there's a good chance that this thing might not lead to anything besides me building this huge ship in space, but even if it just comes down to that, I'll still be able to say I have a really huge ship in space. And, you know, that's always a fun thing to say. Yeah, so, you know, I plan on going to Jool with this. Not this whole rocket, obviously, but this part right here. I'm gonna have, my next one is gonna be basically another HAD module and some RCS and, you know, a few other things. You know, I really got to figure it out right now. I'm not 100% sure. You know, this is a very big undertaking for me, so I don't know what I'm doing, in a sense. Like, I haven't even gone as far as planning it out before, like I mentioned before. So I don't know what problems may lie ahead, which is kind of a scary thing, but I'm going to be docking 5 docking ports, I should say, together, and that is going to be another thing which is going to be probably absolutely insane for me to do, and I don't even know if it's going to be possible. I don't even know if it's going to be possible for me to get this thing off the ground, because it seems to be wanting to do all kinds of crazy things, which is never a good thing. This has got to be my craziest launch, where this thing just is doing everything it shouldn't. But, hey, whatever. Figure something out. Oh, God. Let's get this thing lined up again. Come on. I'm not too concerned. Again, once again, I just want to get it in orbit. I don't really care if it's not going to be a perfect orbit or anything else, because docking isn't so much of a problem for me. It's not a big problem at all. As long as it can get into orbit is what I'm concerned about, and it not pointing directly at the ground would be a great thing. Oh God, this RCS on this thing is gonna be amazing. I can already see it now. It's so maneuver, like, it just completely takes control of everything. But it probably burns away so much RCS every time I touch it. Come on. Stop pointing. I don't need an exit trajectory. Alright, let's get this thing. There we go. I'm having a little bit of trouble controlling it right now. I don't know what's going on. I normally don't launch and make it look like I'm a complete noob, but apparently this thing, it just wants to laugh at me. So, come on. Come on. I don't know. Come on. It's like these RCS ports aren't even working. These ones, like, when it veers off to the right or the left, they work, like, perfectly. I could probably use RCS as thrust for this thing. Let's get it down here. It seems to be wanting to move a little bit erratically when I when I get it, you know, kind of crazy. This should be a lot better here now. Turn on RCS again. Is it on? Yes. Yeah, I want to get this piece. This is actually probably my worst takeoff ever. This thing really wants to point up for some reason. Alright, turn on SAS and RCS at the same time. Oh wow. Stop. Now I'm gonna have to fix this orbit because this is just silly. Yeah, I don't plan on putting it. Yeah, that's way too far out. I'm probably gonna put it somewhere around 200. So, anyways, guys, I will let you go because I don't really think you need to see me correcting the orbit on this thing. And yeah, check out my Facebook and Twitter, and I will see you next time.